And we're live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you, manners and respect. Shout out to my entrepreneurs out there, my stay-at-home moms and pops. Shout out to the retirees. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. Shout out to you. I am here this morning. Good morning, Arlene K. Unstoppable. We are here this morning again on another early morning ride with SoFlo TV. This is called Morning Thoughts. All right, so I'm having some elderberry and echinacea tea. The last time I said echinacea, them nearly kill me in here. I'm gonna try to explain. Says country me come from, miss. So sometimes the word them not too pronunciated properly. But as some elderberry and echinacea, I make sure I pronounce it right this morning. Elderberry and echinacea organic tea, a rich embrace tingling with fruity warmth. All right, so don't kill me, echinacea. I've got it now. All right then, moving right along. Up, manners and respect this morning. All right, Daniel Francis, Sonia Unstoppable is in here. Gaza Ricardo is in here. Ed Marine Dixon, good morning. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Cynthia Gooding, good morning. Stacey Deans, good morning. I be a good vibes in the morning, you know. Be a good vibes. All right, we have to start out the day right, because if you don't start out the day right, you just go through the day of Bex. If you Bex from early in the morning. So we're going to start out the day nice. All right, big up on yourself. Take a sip of tea, and then we're going to talk. Hold on there. Has everybody seen the video I put up yesterday evening about Mavado's son? Want to see that video? Have you seen the video? Do you know of the youth circumstances? But then, big timer. So we're going to talk a little bit this morning about that. And then I have a woman who says she can't take it no more. We're going to get into our story. And then we're going to also get into another story where a woman leave her 2 kids them in Jamaica for how many years and all these things. She wrote me a little thing and she want me to, do what we do here. Talk about the situation, shed some light on it, give her some help, give her some insight from a different angle, that kind of thing. So we are going to do that this morning as well. All right. Make we run through the Vibes Cartel son. Vibes Cartel son. Big up Vibes Cartel. Every time I say big up Vibes Cartel, somebody get mad. Like them want to tear up themselves. We're going to talk about Mavado's son in a minute. Or not in a minute, right now. First thing first. Who that? Damal Francis says, I'm a gospel artist, one love. Been watching all your videos for the last 4 years straight. Manners and respect for that family. Thank you. Thank you very much. Those are people I don't take for granted. You know what I'm saying? 4 years straight. You have some people on here that can tell me about when my channel was a family channel first. You have some people that goes way back. And I respect those people to the fullest because they're still around watching the evolution of SoFlo TV then. One of them said she likes this shirt. Little bit Twitalawa. All right. Oh, don't I say I just saw the thing set. You see it? Oh, I think that. Saw the thing set. Little bit Twitalawa, saw the thing set. Somebody said they like that shirt and them want one of the shirt to buy. I don't have these shirts for sale anymore. These shirts were on the videos. And if you guys look right underneath my videos, you should see the merchandise. If you click one of the merchandise, it'll take you to the store. In the store, you will get to see a whole bunch of different things. Socks, bag, cups. When I read shoes yet. But you'll see merchandise in there. And you can pick what you like. This particular design, though, it was up for a while. It did pretty well. but I took it down because the people got bored. So I'm gonna give them something new. All these you see around me are all designs that have been put up already. Were there, people got their share, and then I take them down. But every time I design a new design, I print one and keep it for myself as well. So I buy back even my own product. So it's good enough for me for wear. That means it's good enough for you for wear, so don't it? All right. I wouldn't eat it, and I wouldn't feed it to you if I didn't eat it myself. Feeling real joyous this morning. So Vibes, I keep saying Vibes Cartel. Mavado's son. Mavado's son is a teenager. He just turned 18. He's been in lockup now for 2 years. We're gonna run through that fast, then we're gonna get to the "me can't take it no more" thing. He's been in lockup now for 2 years. So he was in lockup since he was 16. And this was for murder. For those of you who don't know the story, you might know Mavado's music, but you don't know where I'm going with or what's going on in his life. So his son's been in lockup for 2 years. It's definitely has affected his music because the man has moved different. His music is not as it used to be, and it's not coming out at the pace that it used to be. The big thing out of all this was that he left Jamaica at a time when the police said they wanted him for questioning in the same incident that got his son where he is. A part in there where them said the boss same want him head. And for those of you who don't know, the youth that they took his life or are accused of taking his life, let me correct up my speech because people will run go get them lawyer and say So Flow TV said. So all this is allegedly. My disclaimer, all this is allegedly. This is public information that I am regurgitating because we weren't there. So we have to go off what has been given to us so far by law enforcement reports through the media. So I'm locked up for 2 years. The youth that he did the allegedly did the act with, that youth there, Andre Hines, already according to the police gave a confession saying that he was the one, not Mavado's son, but Andre Hines was the one that actually was trying to like remove the guy head, because the guy was found badly burnt and all this other stuff with his head partially severed. The police said them asked him, so why not try take off him head? He said Mavado's son reminded him after they finished doing what they was doing that the boss said him want him head. Remember, said the boss said him want him head. So given how the whole incident played out, gunshot bust, them said them shoot after Mavado take away himself, made a police report and left the country shortly after. By the time police said they wanted him for questioning, he was already in the States, in the US, but he left his son in Jamaica. About a week or two had passed, and then them round up him whole family and let everybody go, and then they kept his son. According to law enforcement, they kept his son because they have strong evidence that he was the one that did it, him and somebody else. Well, they catch the somebody else too, allegedly. The somebody else is Andre Hines. Andre Hines has already talked according to them. Him tell him to do it, who the boss is, and all this. So we're waiting now. The poor youth has been sitting in there for 2 years. Yesterday, news got dropped that he is now going to go to trial, and his trial date is set for January 7th. January 7th is actually Vybz Kartel's birthday. So they're taking Mavado's son to trial for murder on Vybz Kartel's birthday. I don't think this is a coincidence. I think something in a something here. So I don't know everything, but this look like, I don't know, numbers are play, some kind of something are going on. So he's also not going to have a trial by jury. He's going to have a trial by judge. You know, when you got trial and the jury is there and the jury has to deliberate and look through evidence and all that and say, no, I'm not guilty. Yes, I'm guilty. Let's argue about it because I think this evidence right here says he's not guilty, blah, blah. The next person say, no, because this says he is, and I think he is. There will be no jury. I just him and judge. I talked about that in the video yesterday. Is it a good idea? But somebody said, so Flo, you know, say, it's easier to pay off one judge than it is to pay off a whole jury. So it's funny to see that they have chosen to go with a one judge. My whole thing about the thing before was that it could be a backfire. Because what if this judge is not really paid off? And what if this judge not take no bribe? Then you're hinging your freedom on the decision of one person. Not 12 jurors, one person. So if that one person they say, you're guilty, you're done. There's no deliberating with anybody else. I don't know. But that's the story with Mavado's son. It's sad to see where he's at. I mean, he's definitely is going to be having after effects of this whole thing. You don't get locked up from 16 till into your early adulthood, and it don't affect you. Whether he was in a juvenile facility or he was in a prison. At one time, I heard he had been moved over to an adult correctional facility from the juvenile facility where he was being held. I did a video on SoFlo TV. You probably don't see it because it's a while back. But I did a thorough video on the facility where his son was being held. A lot of people said, boy, that look like boys camp or it looked like day school, because it doesn't really look like a... And shout out to Jamaica for that, because they do have a juvenile facility that actually focuses on not just incarceration, but they focus on learning a life skills, and learning a trade. And they focus on other things that the youth them need. And that's where he's been at. The place clean, the place look good. The place actually look like an Airbnb when we would go stay in or something like that. So that is, and we don't have no luxury prison for juveniles in Jamaica. Let's get that straight. And no matter how you pretty up inside of a prison, it's still a prison. Let's get that straight also. And whatever goes on in prisons usually affects people who have been in prison. No man goes to prison, does 2 years, come out, no effects. You've seen some things, you've done some things, you've heard some things, you've witnessed some things at this point. That kind of something called just so prison life go. So he's definitely going to be affected. It's going to be interesting to see. Me, I pay attention. But I think it's weird that his trial date is set for January 7th, which is Vybz Kartel's birthday. Me, I talked to wife about it last night, and she said she think they're sending a clear message. They're sending a message to Mavado. We'll do this on Vybz Kartel birthday, because they want him for questioning, right? But the notion is that if he goes in for questioning, he's probably going to be held. Other people are saying, well, if you're not guilty, why are you not going in for questioning? So he fled, and he has never returned to the island unless him flying late night where nobody haven't seen him and we don't know, but he has not returned to the island since. So just the whole fact that the police them said they want him for questioning in connection with that. And then they're trying his son for murder on Vybz Kartel birthday. You know, the Vybz Kartel Mavado rivalry goes deep. The Gully Gaza thing goes deep, right? It exploded beyond the music at one point in Jamaica and had people really warring with each other over Gully versus Gaza. So they were both looked at as two people who was mashing up society. And, you know, them like a scapegoat ghetto youth and their culture, dancehall. And dancehall looks good. The dances look nice and everything, as long as it's done by some white girls from Germany or from Russia. Dancehall sounds good. It sounds good when it's played overseas and we see foreigners gyrating to it and enjoying it. But the people who create it and live with it and live through it, and it's their experiences being played out in art, the upper society of Jamaica don't like it. Even if them listen to it in a them car, them listen to it in them house, they're in their houses practicing show and balance pan our head. Can you imagine Miss Jones balancing pan our head, lick down the furniture them while Mr. Jones is at the law practice, conducting business for the day. And then she come outside and act like, oh my God, I just can't stand those people. Oh, Boogie Yaga, ghetto. Oh, why did they move up here? So they always scapegoat the culture. So Cartel, Mavado, been scapegoated for the longest. Now to see the children involved, and I really think Brains was right. I think this is definitely a strong message they're sending. You know, Miss Jones bad. Don't can't go on. Miss Jones bad. No, say true, me I tell. Raw and uncut. Them in a them house a practice balance pan head and all that. And whoa, and back it up for video light and thing. And then out in the open, they despise that culture and despise that music. And you can't even compare dancehall music to soca and calypso. Soca. When the soca, big soca things I keep, shout out to my whole Caribbean family. Disclaimer again, because some people take things to heart and just take it the wrong way. I am not trying to divide dancehall from soca, and I'm not trying to say this culture better than that culture. I am actually trying to show you hypocrisy within our culture. So you have soca, which be like, you know, the big soca fet them, everybody whining down now, we carrying on, we getting on bad, them kind of thing there. That you will actually see our politicians and our peoples in positions of power in a some skimpy outfit, a wine down, and they make sure them fly go Trinidad, go get on bad, and they fly to Grenada, and they get on real bad down there, and all them thing there. Then they come back to Jamaica, them see a dancehall go on, and y'all broke out, see them with a wine down and all that. Oh my God, this is so disgusting. I just hate, I can't. This. So it's real. We see it all the time. We even see the picture of them, okay, and the videos. So that's right there. That's how the culture has been treated. Big up my Trinity family, loving it to death, man. That's how the culture has been treated, and the two head of that culture for a very long time was Cartel and Mavado. You see where Cartel is. You see where Cartel is at. And now, I think the message is, you need to be in here to Mavado. We're going to put you in here as well. Or else, why else would he have been running for so long or staying away for so long? If they had my teenage son, my 16-year-old youth, them grab up, I'm flying in, right? This is Mark Harris. Mark Harris, manners and respect. Thank you for that. Mark Harris says, yo, big up SoFlo from the UK. Been listening every day since March. Bless up. Big up and bless up, family, and thank you for being here and a part of the family. So that's right there with Cartel, Mavado. They want them in where they are at. There's been an attack on dancehall for the longest, and they've just been bobbing and weaving and surviving. However, them start grab people pitney. If it was my 16-year-old son, let me get back on track, I would fly in. I don't know why I'm fly out in the first place, because if something like that went down, but people said his life was in danger. And here's the story, okay? Here's the story out the street. Sometimes I find myself, the more I do YouTube and the more the years go by, I have to now start to like dumb down what I really want to say, because I have to either be politically correct or I have to worry about people's sensitivity and all this. So let me put it this way. This is the story out the road. The story out the road is that the youth want danship. That's the story out the road. In one bad man life, Mavado have the mansion. The youth could be up in the mansion chilling. Him not for there, which part him there, round a cassava piece, still mix up in what he was mixed up in. But you know how the thing go already. This is the story out the road. Again, this is not my words. This is what they are saying pon the ground. If you know him around there, you know the youth when they deal with, got caught with this case with, Hines, Andre Hines. People are saying, just go ask about him. Ask round us about him if you think a joke. So the youth wanted downship him. They choose bad man life, that kind of thing. Because people beating Mavado bad, you know. And I've made quite a few videos defending him. Let me take this call. So Flo, you're live on the air. Good morning. Morning. So Tamara sounds very quiet and no one can hear her. So now.
Hello?
Yes, I'm here. We hear you now.
You're hearing me?
Yes, now I'm hearing you loud and clear.
When you're telling the audience to do the thumbs up,
Mm-hmm.
you're actually not doing it the right way. You're doing it on your live.
Ah.
So that's the problem, because I normally do the thumbs up before I get on, but they're not understanding, I guess. So just an observation.
All right. Thank you for that.
Let you know. So you need to explain it to them.
Okay.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Have a good one here.
Anytime.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye. All right. She just let me know, say, when I'm telling the audience to do the thumbs up, because I keep saying, oh, it's 400 people here and only 92 thumbs up. Like, beg your thumbs up now. But when I'm telling you to do the thumbs up, you're actually doing it the wrong way. I don't know what the right way is. Are you supposed to just do it? I know you just do it on the video. There's only one place to thumbs up. So we'll figure that out later. Let me get back to the story. Thank you for that, though. Let me get back to the story. So as it sits, I think they really want Mavado as well. I honestly think if he goes in, he would be held. But if he was that wanted, remember, I know they said they wanted him for questioning. Remember, I know Cartel didn't go to prison for murder, you know. He got picked up for marijuana. And then it turned out murder case. And then he beat the one that next murder case. And he couldn't beat that one. Right? So pay attention to what going on. I really think, and I think Mavado knows that too. So here's the best thing he did. Because the people are beat him. The people are saying that's a workless father. Your son, then pick up your youth. And him and him youth was close. I mean, or maybe they just took a lot of pictures together. But I'm guessing they were close. Because I've seen a lot of pictures, affectionate father-son pictures of them, to feel like they spent quite some time together. The street of it said the youth did want downship. And you know, you're there, Jamaica, and people are like, yo, I'm a water son, that, you know, that. The man then half of the around your son, you know, the man having big mansion on the hill, brother, still compare with you and them kind of thing there. And whatever residuals he's getting, it goes to him and his friends from his father, because father have money and these kind of things. So that's the consensus out there. That's how the streets are saying. And he got caught up. A youth really shoot after him father, and he felt like he had to defend it. Because man had done in a them place, don't it? And that's where it's at now. These are just circumstantial, you know, people are talking, you know, that's what the talk is out there. Remember, I'm not from that area, so, and I don't want to come off sounding like this is exactly what happened and I have proof. Me not say that either, because a man's child's freedom is at stake and somebody else already lost their child, also a young man, film life gone too. So this I don't know, jokey situation where I could come just crack jokes all through the thing. It looked bad. It looked bad, but what I'm telling people is this. For them to hold him for 2 years, it tells me that they have enough to sink him. They have enough to sink him. Otherwise, because and he's had multiple bail hearings and all of them have been denied. And you have to understand where a bail hearing is. A bail hearing is a hearing where your lawyer have to go in front of the judge and say, listen, they're holding my client here. They file a habeas corpus, right? Forget the youth out. You either, and basically what that comes down to is you show what you have to hold him. It has to be justifiable. And if you can't show something justifiable to hold him, then we have to let him go. This isn't in no state of emergency, because in state of emergency, you know, so them can hold on upon you for, I believe it's up to 90 days with no explanation. Just them suspicious of you. But he's not held under state of emergency. And it's been years since he's been sitting locked up. And multiple times they went to the judge to try to get a bail, and them can't get no bail. That tell me, sir, the state, the prosecutors have presented to the judge or judges, look, see that? This is what we have on him. This here, look, judge. And the judge is saying, oh, I would have really want to let him go still under a bail, especially since, you know, his father is offering $5 million for his bail, or however big the purse is. Because, you know, if you have money and it's your child, you're probably going to say, money is not a thing. Let my child out. And them I say, well, at 2 million for let him out, and you say it's nothing. Let him out. See the 2 mil here. Unless him just don't have money for bail. But this is more deeper. I think they have enough. But we'll see how it go at trial. And I wish the youth all the best. Dante, we watched Dante grow up, actually. I did videos on Dante in the past. I believe some other shooting did go on where I think it was him that got shot. Big story. Mavado's son gets shot, him teenage son. Them time there, I think he was like probably way young. Way young. So that kind of energy that been around him from them. Whether people make off him life because they wanted his father. He was 14, Roxy Hall. So see there, them age group there. Them age group that he got shot. And been around that since then and before then. And them I say from long time, from them time there. So what we're seeing now is it eventually coming to everything just bust out. Story come to bomb. I wish him all the best. Before I go into my next segment though, I want to say this to the people them who follow the dancehall mix up and all that. You see, when y'all wish bad for somebody else, wish bad for yourself too, because that's what's gonna happen. We have a saying in Jamaica is when you dig grave, make sure you dig two. One for the person you plan to see in the grave, and one for you too, because that's how karma works, right? In cartel situation, there was a whole lot of Batman in a number 2 cell. Mavado even made a song, and pardon my French, you virgin ears people, cock your ears, close your ears right now if you don't want to hear some bad word, because I'm going to split some. Real quick, not too much. Mavado even made a song where he said, him will send Shorty, which is cartel wife, right? Send Shorty go poison him over horizon. And him just lock up in a horizon, a daydream. While me have your wife pan my dick and make some nice scream. Take over your place and buy your kids them ice cream. Them man, they put it in a song, you know. So them kind of levels at this there. And it had him for a long time being called Batman in a number 2 cell. The reason they put him in number 2 cell, you have to understand the culture. Oh, we not do number 2. So if you talk to some Jamaican, you know, they actually really talk like this. Well, a few of it go around there. Them will say few. And them won't say 2. And they'll replace the number 2 with something else all the time. Because number 1 is pee-pee, urinate, and number 2 is doo-doo. So them not dealing a number 2. They're not dealing out, right? And that is made to refer to. I'm just getting y'all up to date. I'm bridging the gap. Because someone is way out of this generation thing and don't even know what's going on. Right? So since you're tuning in, I'm bridging the gap, letting you understand how the thing go. So that's right there. Him get enough this. And it's funny enough that the person, your arch rival, who made these lyrics towards you, diss you up in a them kind of way there. The man kids, nothing was off limits. And when Mavado dropped that song, that I did a review and I said no, that song is bad because it was in the context of clashing. That song is bad, and Mavado Cartel have to go respond somehow, right? Hyping up the dancehall thing, but now me look on it. The man wife was involved. The man, yeah, tell the man say alright, him wife, and you will send her come over there, come poison him, and him must stop him out because him can't do nothing which part him there. Him in a number 2 cell, him a daydream up a horizon, and you take over him place and is buying him children them ice cream. I can't really mess with your head when you're locked up indefinitely. But to poke fun like that, and then your own youth dropping at the same situation, and now the system is actually about to try him on your arch rival's birthday. Something in a something. Something in a something. I am sure they know that that is his Vibes Cartel birthday. But something in a something, and I can't figure out what it is. Somebody went as deep yesterday as to say, so Flo, you don't know what going on, man. Numbers and Freemasonry and this and that and sacrifice have to be made and all these things. I don't like to talk about what I don't know about. I think Freemason is a secret society, just like what the next one name where everybody talk like they know Illuminati and all these things. They are all secret societies, and if they're secret, then that means that we on the outside don't know nothing about what goes on inside. We're just regurgitating hearsay. Not true? All right. So me hear all kind of things where could I not go on. That this is what it could be. Life is very mysterious. There's a lot that happens around us that we don't know about. And we see it and take it for one thing when it's something totally different happening. That's all I'm saying. But good luck to Dante. I hope justice is served. I hope justice is served. I think his evidence is just the guy where did it with him, allegedly. Just his confession alone of how it was done, why it was done, and all that. Unless the youth go court and say, I was forced to say that. I didn't say none of that. Then make me say it. Unless he goes to court and say that, me think goose cook. Shalom says, if Mavado is innocent, why staying away from police? That shows something different from being innocent. And I actually did a video where I said, maybe Mavado knows how Jamaica is ran. Maybe he knows that they're after him. Maybe this is a whole big extortion plot. A lot of the top artists, them, if you notice, they like to leave Jamaica or they like to spend a lot of time out of Jamaica unless they get grounded, as in their travel papers are taken away. And there's been rumors for a very long time now that they are all exploited. They are all, where were the name again? Extorted. The whole of them are get extorted. That's why them click up and crew up with, especially in, say, the dancehall circle, that's why them click up and crew up with known bad man, because people out there are running down on them and they're being extorted. And I don't find that to be surprising. I mean, you have a woman set up a stall and she's selling soup and she'll get extorted by a man in the era where say, you're there, so every day I make your money. You can stay, so I make your money in my era. My era this door, so everybody have to pay for the business around here. So run a 1,000 every other day or every day or something like that. A woman will set up her stall selling soup. There's actually a real story about this, and the real story, them killed the lady's son in our shop. And it was that they were being extorted. And it's food she was selling. She built up a shop right in front of her house in the back. And she in there do food she sell. And she get extorted and decide them, oh, she me not pay none of that. I have some live. Run as me come from. And then run in and fire gunshot and her son I try save her. and catch gunshot and he died. He was actually a student at the University of the West Indies, I think, right? So a real thing, if them can extort shop owner where sell cook food, I mean, how much money are you really going to get out of that? It's not like them are some big restaurant, I know KFC, it's not Burger King, you know? So if they can extort them, what you think they're doing to these guys who are flying Range Rover convertible, BMW convertible, and all these things and live nice life? What you think they're doing to them? So we will have to see how this plays out. I just hope justice is served. If he is wrong and guilty and he did it, then may God have mercy upon him and go with him, but fling the whole book, lick him down with it, give him the whole library. If he is not, then I hope that that is revealed in court and he gets to walk from all of this. We don't know the insides, so we're going to leave it and we're going to follow it closely. And I'll update you more at another time. All right, moving right along. Top of the morning to you, Taz Tizzle. Welcome, 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 and thank you for being here. All right, we'll move right along. We have a lady who said something about her wedding vows and her husband. And then we have a woman that left her children in Jamaica for a couple of years. We're going to start with the woman that left her children in Jamaica for a couple of years. They're now living over here. And she'll go through some issues. And she needs advice or to see things from a different angle. So let's start out with her story. Listen up, please. She said, I left my 2 children in Jamaica. So because I am going live on my computer, I can't pull this up on my computer. So I literally handwrite out the section of what people write me. I literally handwrite it out so I can read it right off the paper while we go live on the computer, right? All right. So I left my children in Jamaica. I left my 2 children in Jamaica for 8 years as they were being raised by my family. I was setting things in place to get them here with me. I have had them here with me in Atlanta, Georgia for 2 years now. But I'm thinking about sending my teenage daughter back to Jamaica because she is just out of control here. She is having relations with many guys who seem to be much older than she is. She lies, she steals, she keeps bad company, and she has become very disrespectful. I work 2 jobs, so I cannot monitor her all the time. And my biggest fear is that she will get into trouble and be deported. She has more structure and discipline in Jamaica. Do you think I should send her back or still keep her here with me? For those of you who heard that just now, what do you think? Do you think she should send her back or still keep her here? I left my 2 children in Jamaica for 8 years as they were being raised by my family. I was setting things in place to get them here with me. 8 years, you know. 8 years is a long time, you know. 8 years in a child's life is forever. Right now, your 2-year-old, if you have a 2-year-old, is probably looking at their 8-year-old sibling like, I can't wait to get to that person's age. Like, you know, 8 years when you're little, 8 years is forever. It's a day that will never come for you. So when your mom leaves you for 8 years, I can relate because I was one of those kids. I was left in Jamaica for a few years while my parents got sort out what they had to sort out, right? And I've seen a lot of horror stories where children are left and they're left with people who don't care about them. They care about the money that's coming in for the child, not the child. Isaac Gaza, manners and respect. Thank you. Isaac Gaza said, big up, UK in the house. Let's take this call. Morning, you're live on the air with SoFlo. Good.
I had to call in about that situation because a lot of Myself, I've been through that because I live in Antigua with my brother and stuff, and my mother left the country to start a better life in foreign. My question is this, but let's backtrack for a little bit. I was in school and stuff, I did what I had to do. My mom came home and she got her green card when I was graduating college. So I was still able to see her and talk with her and whatnot. And we would talk on the phone on the regular. But my question is this. Did she ever fly back home one time?
You know, I was gonna get into that. Yes.
You know, that's my thing. Because 8 years better, I even see that's long.
That's long.
You know what I mean? So it's like bumps and she fly down, she bring them up. It's like, yo, who are you? The kids are looking at her like, yo, who you boss?
Yeah.
You know, that's what I'm looking at it as. Like, you telling me to do this and that, but you wasn't here for me for 8 years. My thing is, I would have a talk with my daughter and said, look, I don't know what's going on. Break certain things down to her and help her to understand. Because America is not a bed of roses. Poor women have to do 2 jobs.
Yeah.
Atlanta, they don't pay money like that.
Right.
Atlanta.
Right.
You understand me? I would have a sit down with my daughter and say, look, I don't know if you're upset at me because I left for 8 years, but I was trying to build a better life for you and your brother or you and your sister, whatever the case may be. If she still do what she do, send her back down to Jamaica. But she learn. Yeah, man, because, yo, it is unfair for parents who's busting their behinds, trying to make a better life. That's a big sacrifice she's doing.
Right. True.
That's a huge sacrifice.
Yes.
The same thing you've been through sober with your parents.
Yeah.
Same thing I've been through with my mom as well. I did what I had to do because I didn't raise them with it. But it depends on the kid and how they raise you. Because another thing too, another angle that I'm looking at is, was the kid traumatized by the family members back home? And she just kept it in and didn't say nothing? Let's take picnic with you, know.
But let's all gear the show this morning, brother, because you're touching all the angles I was about to touch. Yes. True. Talk up.
Were the kids abused sexually, emotionally, and physically? God, that thing up, you know. We have stories. I've known stories of that.
Yes.
And I'm sure people in the comment section have been through that and are a living testimony. Remember a live you did, you talked about children being raped and how much people call you.
You remember that?
I would never forget that live show.
I
was fighting tears back, bro.
Yep. So many were calling in. Even a guy was calling in, right? So many people calling back to back to back. That was moving.
When you talk about certain big issues that not only affect Jamaican people, it's a Caribbean thing.
Right. That's why I said Caribbean on a whole.
Yeah, I get burnout. These things. Get burnout. The people that burning you out, they probably the rapists too. I'm just saying.
True. True.
But elaborate more on this show. So talk the things better.
All right, my brother. Thank you, and thank you very much for calling here with great insights. Yeah, bless up. Woo! That caller just touched every angle I was about to touch. So I seen in the comment section, I think Brain says, leave your children in Jamaica for what? Especially a girl. She could get spoiled up. And this brother just said, I don't want to steer the lady wrong, you know. Good morning, you're live on the air with SoFlo.
Morning. Just a giant. Hear your topic is
seeing family.
Get up a piece of road, you know the trucking thing.
Yeah, stay safe out there.
You see, Wisconsin the thing, the man. But anyway, now I said something to you about that same topic there, you know, where you have to leave your children and come do this thing and get the thing together. You understand? Alright. In a sense, now, what if the child was born back with the parent who leave, but the parent that is left back in Jamaica said, no, you can't get access to the child anymore. You leave, just stay where you're there.
You mean like if the child father is still in Jamaica or something?
Yeah. One parent is still in Jamaica, over the next parent come here stuff. Do it like this. Yes, alright, one person 8 years, but I put it there 5, 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
You come and you do it, you know, and alright, you're good now. And you have to, well, boy, long time ago, I left my youth, you know. So, you want me to try to make back the connection there with me youth. The youth want me back the connection there, but because the child is a minor, the child has parents have said, no, brother, no, you left and you cut, so see where you're there. Live your life, ray. No matter what, no matter who you it's just like this hatred just there and this determination to like put a separation between you and the child.
Right.
What you have to say about that?
I'm gonna get into all that right now. Yes, man. All right. Good insight. Good insight, and thank you for calling. I'm gonna talk about that right now.
Very good.
All right. Big up and bless up here.
Yes, man.
All right, son. All right, so let me rest the phone and say this. 8 years is a long time in a child life. And I'm talking like I'm actually talking to this lady who write the scene. 8 years is forever in a child life. And so many things happen to children when they are left. I know personally the culture. Or there's actually a documentary out. I think it's called Barrel Kids or something. I didn't watch the documentary, but I saw the headline, and I thought, Barrel Kids, that could have been me, because you know your family, your mother gone, and daddy gone, and you're with grandparents, and you're with auntie, and you're with uncle. Your barrels come in. Morning, you're live on the air with SoFlo.
SoFlo.
Good morning, family. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. Tell that lady keep her picking under. You hear me? My mom left me from I was a baby. My dad found for me. I came to the US and my dad sent me back home because I was so free. When I was in Jamaica, I was free. I could do whatever I wanted to do. So when I came here, my dad was very strict. So I had to like do stuff in order to get freedom. My dad couldn't control me. He sent me home. When he sent me home, my mom wasn't home. So my dad punished me by sending me back to Jamaica. When I went to Jamaica, the same night I had landed in Jamaica, my mom flew out the next morning. I was on the street. My dad's family didn't take care of me.
You were on the street?
Yes. I got raped, everything. Now I'm here, I'm married.
Wow.
And it's like hard.
And that was from them sending you back because they were trying to teach you a lesson, right?
Yeah. Now I'm here. I've been married for 10 years and my marriage is struggling because it is so hard for me to get it together of what happened. My mom is here with me and every minute we are back and forth in argument because, you know, it's not that I can't forgive her, but it's just so hard, you know, for what I, you know, went through because my dad didn't even believe when I told him that his brother raped me.
Girl,
so
wait.
This lady needs to keep her kid. She needs to let go one of her jobs and focus on her kid.
Wow. You
drop one of your jobs. Do whatever you gotta do. Spend time. It's all about spending time with your family.
Yes.
So with her getting up and said, "Oh, I'm gonna send her to Jamaica and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that." When you send her back to Jamaica, the minute she gets to Jamaica, "Oh, my mom don't want me."
And then she really gonna act out.
Exactly. That's the quickest she's gonna end up with a child. Even if she's here and she gets pregnant, at least there's help here. But don't wait. until you get pregnant. Then you say, oh, damn, no, that's an extra mouth.
Right.
Come on, lady. Come on. Get help for your kid. There's too much stuff in America for you to be thinking about going on. What's shit going on, brother? Sit down.
Lots of resources are here. Wow. Thank you for sharing your story, though. God, man. All right. Have a good one here.
You too.
Oh my God. All right. So, what more can I say after that? What more can I say after that? And this is really a topic for woman to talk to woman on. So it's very appropriate. One more me can say after that. Morning, you're live on the air with SoFlo. Good morning. How you doing? Dane Jordan, thank you. All is well?
I'm not doing very well, but it just so happens that you're discussing a topic that I'm very emotional about right now. So just quickly, I did text you the other day that what I wanted to say is that a lot of times these children are left behind and they are experiencing a lot of abuse, and sometimes the stigma, they're afraid of telling even the mom or the dad. So just quickly, last Tuesday, this week, Tuesday, my niece back home in Jamaica, I'm in the UK, so my niece back home left the family home to go to her dad's house because she wanted to study and there's too much noise at her house. So she went to her dad's place. She's 14 years old.
Right.
So Wednesday morning before daybreak, her dad raped her.
Her dad?
Her father raped her. She didn't even want to tell her mom. She told my nephew, who was also a teenager, and not to tell her mom or anybody. So this lady asked if she should send her kids back to Jamaica. I would advise her not to send her back because she might have suffered the abuse at home. Kids don't just get to another country and act up. So there's something going on with the daughter. So just quickly advising her, please just try to get the root of it. Something might have happened to her daughter, and she just ain't talking about it. So she's just acting out the fact that she can't do it there because she has got the space to do it. So I just thought I'd just share that with you guys. So I'm sorry because this is really heavy. So thank you for taking the call.
This is heavy. What are y'all doing about it? As far as involving law enforcement and stuff.
I've got mom to take her to the police station. The police took her statement and brought her to the hospital and got her examined and all these legal stuff. So it's just now waiting to hear when they pick him up. So that's just where we are. But the little girl, she's terrified, as you can expect a 14-year-old to be. So I'm just trying to do my best from here. Because I got her now to lean on me, not on the family, because, maturity, is on this side. So I'm giving her all the support that I can. So I'm just touching on the topic, and I'm just glad I can truly get the chance to tell this lady, please don't send your daughter back. Try and find out what's causing her to act up this way.
Your testimony should be right here for her to hear. Oh my gosh, man. Whoa, that's heavy.
Thank you very much.
That's heavy. Okay. We'll talk offline then. Okay?
Yes.
I'd like to talk to you more about this. But I want to talk to you offline.
Can I just add one more thing as well?
Yes.
Just so that people can understand the level of what's happening back home.
Go.
There's a case, another incident that happened next to my sister's house, where my sister lives. There's a lady who lives on her own in a one-bedroom with her daughter. And this woman moved in her boyfriend to live with her and her daughter, teenage daughter. I don't know the age, but this is real. the mother, the daughter, and the boyfriend or her partner were sleeping in the same room, in the same bed. The man was abusing the child while mommy sleeps in the same bed. The child reported the incident to mommy. Mommy, this is what happening. Mommy, this message, you're lying, blah, blah, blah. Mommy even found a book with the detail of stuff that the little girl is noting as they happen. Mommy burned the book. The little girl started another book and gave it to someone to save. It got to a point where she couldn't take it no more, and she went straight to the police herself. And this is close to where it happens to mine.
Wow. You there? All right, Doc. Caller? Hello? Oh, man. Can't hear her anymore. Maybe she'll call back. Boy, the one that touched me away. Wow, man. That was heavy. Heavy in the morning now. I can't even imagine how that child must feel. These are people, real life story, people. This is happening in real life time. Yes, your call got dropped.
Into what I'm saying, I moved away from the phone. I didn't realize that. I don't know where I was. Where did I stop?
Yeah, you gave too loud. You were rambling for a while, and it went quiet, and you just kept talking and talking, and I kept saying hello. Couldn't hear you.
Oh. I was trying to explain further about another situation about a single mom.
Right.
She was living with her daughter.
Right. Then you said that we got that one. She started a book, and the mom burnt it, and then she got another book, and eventually she ended up going to the police herself. Right.
Yeah, so long story short, they both got arrested and are in prison for it, the mother and the man.
Good.
So I'm just trying to make my point stronger to this mother that sometimes children are really suffering, and it's sometimes because of relatives who have prioritized their needs over the children's safety. And maybe this is not the case with her daughter, but there's something behind it. Children don't just get up and act up like that because they're in another land. Come on now, you all need to pay attention. I mean, this is not the show for it because I can see you soon finished, but I was raped by my uncle. I was raped by my cousin. I grew up in these things. But it's only when I left Jamaica and come to the United Kingdom I realized that what was happening to me was actually abuse. I didn't understand it. I know that it happened to my niece. It's a heavy thing to be holding on to right now. For me personally, you understand?
Because you experienced this and seen this from your time, right?
Exactly.
So it's like a never-ending cycle.
I'm telling you. These things, and so I need to just go a little bit back. You see this same 40-year-old girl, her mother got pregnant with her at 13 years old. And her mother then saw what was going on and didn't do nothing much about it until she got pregnant.
Wow.
I'm telling you, I'm heavy right now.
Wow.
I'm heavy right now.
I don't even know what to say. This is, oh, wow.
I can't explain it, but I have to be strong for this little girl.
Right.
But it just brought back so much stuff, It just brought back so much stuff. And as a 44 years old person, you think that, hey, get over with it. No, it doesn't go away. It doesn't go away. It's still there. It's just when stuff happen, it just digs it all back up. So, lady, please don't send your child back.
Oh, thank you. There are a lot of people on here on the thread that are saying to tell you that they love you. I mean, oh man, thank you for your strength. Thank you for being an advocate. And that child really needs an advocate, but you've been through this yourself with your own. And so I'm sure you have your own residual issues from this as well to resolve.
You see, it's just a mindset. I do a lot of I listen to a lot of motivational speakers, and I'm soon to launch my charity. I left Jamaica. I grew up really rough, guys. I'm sorry to steal the show, but I grew up very rough. My mom died when I was 2 months old, and you can understand what goes on there. I was everything for everybody. I was the one that never graduated. I was the one that come out from school. Grandma ill, I had to go and take care of grandma. While everybody come out with the subjects and do whatever. And up to today, they look at me like I'm worried about. I don't worry about people's views. Because I left Jamaica and I came to the United Kingdom and I went back to college. I have my cleaning company. I'm a digital marketer. I make good for myself.
Right.
You understand? And I am the title in the family. As much as some of them don't want to, you know the saying they said, like me not, can't live with you, but can't live without you. I'm that person in the family. You understand? Because I got strength that they don't have. And all the qualifications don't match me because I'm stronger in myself. Because I believe in my Bible and in what I believe in God, you know what I mean? So I don't try on the negative, I turn it into positive. So I'm a little money for a lot of people, but I still have to fight my devils. Do you understand?
Yes, yes. You're a fighter and a survivor, my friend. Oh man, you are.
I am.
You truly are.
I'm so glad. I have to give you credit. I came across the show. I tapped in something I was listening to, and I came across SoFlo, and I started listening to you over a year now, and back to back, I'll be listening to you because you just have this chicken. You know, even the laugh is you just make me laugh by your laugh. And when you quote some old Jamaican saying, you know, like you go back deep. I'm like, this man, it speaks to life, but you ain't letting those roots. So, you know, credit to you too because a lot of your programs, you know, it helps a lot to help. It's just that I never called it, but I just thought this morning, I need to get it off so that this lady can understand something.
Yeah, and I appreciate you greatly for calling in and being strong enough to even share all this. And I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did because God, if this doesn't answer her question, nothing else I say will.
Yeah, man, it's true. It's true.
Nothing else I say will.
It's not what you've been through in life. It's what you can do with your soul. I'm in touch with mind so that they can heal from theirs, you know?
Yes.
So you hear more from me, so you hear from me.
All right, my friend. Thank you so much again.
Thank you very much as well.
Walk good.
Thanks,
Yes.
everyone. All right, thanks. Bye-bye.
Woo! We can't take more of them story here. I feel heavy. Who am I to act like I'm feeling heavy? And I'm not the one going through it though. I'm not gonna steal no spotlight for my own emotions to put on center stage when this is stuff that people are going through. I'm done with the topic. If I can't, if this can't answer, if I was a woman and I asked this question and them are the kind of reply that I got, my daughter not going nowhere. Nowhere. I thank her so much for even having the strength to share that. But damn, her niece just get raped yesterday by her own father. Like, wow. Wow, man. Heavy stuff, man. Heavy stuff. People, you know, sir, if it's any of my daughter, them, you guys are definitely going to be, I'm not put that thought in the universe anyways, but I'm just saying, the defenders, the protectors, I want to talk to the father, them, and say you need to be there to protect your children and all this stuff. But what can I say when someone is telling me that her dad is the Don't send that child nowhere. The people that called in already said everything I was gonna say. So I'm gonna end that I'm gonna end that segment and try go up on a light. I can't even end the segment. Morning, you're live on the air with SoFlo. What? You know, say, me didn't want you to call me back, so you get the message. Yeah, no explanation, no explanation. Me did want to talk to you for get some information. So we have to go talk offline because me live right now. And we are dealing with a topic here. Mm-hmm. Because you're not paying attention to them. Because you're not paying attention to them.
Exactly, and sometimes it's a cry for help. And I mean, the idea did say a call a while ago, which is the one that did the beast, and the no right there, and I did it, and get the fact and myself at the stage that she not even knew that she sure, it's I've never been here, but I know everything that I've been here, Daddy. I didn't make anything emotional. Yeah, but that's why I took them back and I'm putting them at them here.
God no.
But that's why almost angry I am. You know, not to get some harsh punishment. And then not to get people that have got your God working them. Not to get some harsh punishment. That's better. The person who don't do it can't forgive them enough. But the pain is still there. The scar is still there. But I'm not going to
Yes.
But that's able to do the impossible person. That is able to do the impossible. The only thing you need to do is to check that I'm clear. Not to be clear. Easy to put a people in. Easy to be able to find the style out of Google Gaga. The most can't be considered tomorrow. If I had been the language, the Google Gaga, that I have to look at the size. You know, because concentrate on look at Google Gaga, can't see a story from them.
Yes.
You understand the temperance, right? But you need to stress the thing all the time. You know?
Yeah. Me know I can't hear her too good, but we soon end it. So just hang in there for a minute, guys. Please. Alright, big up and bless up here. Alright. Alright, will do. And if I don't link you, call me back here. If I don't link you first, call me back. Alright, I will link you later. Alright, bless up. Alright, I don't know if I should even go any further with this one. We're 9 minutes past the hour. And we can't top that off this morning. That was so powerful just now that I might have to left it there. So there's another person with their own issues that wanted some advice as well. You know what? Let me push forward and end it on a different note. This heavy, but let me end this segment by saying this. Nothing I can say to this lady that was more powerful, that would be more powerful than these testimonies and these people that have called in. Nothing I can say. So the end result is don't send your daughter back. Work out whatever the issues are from here. And I was going to say before she said it, there are lots of resources here in comparison to, you see, when we talk them things there, people, oh, you hate Jamaica, you go on like a foreign better than Jamaica, and we don't have everything and we don't have nothing. It's not that. It's not that. Some places have good things and then more good things than other places, more resources, etc., right? Use the resources that are available here. You can save your daughter from here. Once you let her go, from what I am gathering, like Brian said earlier, she got pile up. All right? We're going to leave it right there, so. Honoring my wedding vows. Should I go forward? Or should I leave the show right here and pick this up at another live? Give me some yes or some no, so because I know how everybody else is feeling. Should I go forward or should I pick this up at another? Go forward? Boy, that one that did tough. I'm not lie. It's going to mess with my head and my speech. So, because my mind upon it while I'm trying to go forward. All right, we're going to go forward. Holy Payas in here, go forward. This one is called Honoring My Wedding Vows. All right. And this lady says she's been married for 4 years. And I've caught my husband cheating many times now. So many times I have lost count. I have all the text messages and the pictures and secret social media accounts. He even had a few dating app accounts and I found them. One day with a detective. He keeps on saying, may I read this like on me right it out? He keeps on swearing that he would never do it again, but he does. I have even moved out of our home and his tears and begging always brings me back. My last straw is when I was confronted at the grocery store by a much younger female who wanted to fight me for my husband. My question is, when is enough enough? When is it okay to break my vows and end this marriage? P.S. I don't want God to be mad at me. That's tiring in itself. Listen up. I say this all the time. If there's something inside of my wife's bag that I was supposed to know, so she'll keep man and it dep on her phone, or she have a next phone in her bag where she keep for just that relationship. I've known cheaters. I had a virgin one time where he used to keep a phone under him spare tire, and the spare tire is in the back of the car. So you have to open the trunk, you have to lift up the flooring of the trunk where the spare tire is, and you have to screw out the spare tire. The spare tire screwed down under a flat. So if you open the trunk, all you see is a clean, nice trunk. Under this, so him keep him extra phone. This is years and years ago, so we can talk about it now, right? That's under where he used to keep his extra phone, and his extra phone was for all his women on the outside. And there was no better husband to his wife than when he was on the inside, because he had a wife that he gave everything, but him still like him things on the side, right? There was no way she was going to find that phone. She don't change tires, and she not going to lift up and screw out. But being in a relationship like that, where you feel the need to have to want to go search, more reaching our phone, because I think something not going. I can't imagine being on edge like that all the time. Let me see if she'll come search up our bag real quick, see if there's anything in here. Or from the minute it gets to that point, I would have been out. I would have been subtracting myself. So the fact that you're in a relationship or you've been married for 4 years, caught your husband cheating many, many times, and so many times that you have lost count, kind of tell me, say you're okay with the situation. Like, But I understand the last part. Because the last part, she said, you know, she's battling with when is enough enough. Some people don't want just dash away their marriage. And there are people out there who are so, it has to do with religion, but and their relationship with their God through their religion and how they view marriage and how it's supposed to be. There are people out there who really believe like you have to do it 100 times before them can actually pack a bag to leave or end the relationship. They don't want to end their marriage and then you're the person of a failed marriage. You went through divorce. It's a scar that you carry, kind of thing. Them look upon it different. You know, in some cultures, when it comes down to divorce, them prefer suicide. They look at it like that. Whereas in our culture, it's more like, nah, divorce on to the next. Sometimes I just on to the next, on to the next. And they both have their benefits in how you view marriage. I've done quite a few shows now where I talk about the mind state that is required for a marriage. Because enough people get married and feel like, say, this is where we ride off into the sunset and it's glorious from here on out. And it's not. It's not. You're talking about a commitment for life. Now you have to be sensible and think about how many things can happen down this journey of life. You have years ahead. All kind of something can happen. So you're committing yourself actually when you married. You're committing yourself to go through the ups and downs. There's nothing in a marriage vow that says, well, if him start cheat on you, you can leave. If she start cheat, you can leave. It actually says for better or for worse, in sickness and in health. Missy people I say, oh, I actually had a letter one time. I don't know if y'all remember where the girl said, or the female said that her husband popped down. Like him get sick, something wrong with him, and him things don't work no more. And she's getting fear fulfillment outside. And she don't know if she must leave the whole relationship or whatever. And I am reminding people that sickness and in health, because it's not him alone can get sick, and you're going to want somebody to stay with you. It's devastating to have someone that you think is going to be your forever person, and you guys actually made a big deal out of it. Whether you went to City Hall or you have the big splash wedding and took these serious vows in front of God and mankind, and now you're ready for run left your partner because them get sick and it wasn't you. But if you flipped it around and it was you who got sick, you would feel some type of way if them cut when you got sick. Like, okay, everything was good before me get sick, so now me I go through me, you know, my sickness, you're gone. But if I did you, me would have stayed. Lady, so many times he have cheated that she's lost count. And she have all the text. A woman keep receipts, you know. They do. They keep receipts. This lady says she have all the text messages and pictures and secret social media accounts. When them can't find your secret social media accounts, just give up. Just done it. All right? You are with a proper detective. This is a seasoned detective. You're not going to get away with much. So just done it. Secret social media accounts. He even had a few dating apps or dating app accounts, and I found them. He keeps on swearing that he would never do it again, but he does. I have even moved out of our home, and his tears and begging always brings me back. And the tears I'm begging usually bring them back to for real, because me see it all the time. Please, I'm never going to do it again. And the woman's heart so soft, she brings him back. In this lady's case, though, she's just hooked on her marriage. When it gets to the point where you're just there for marriage's sake and not because you love anymore, then you're in trouble. You're in trouble. I have even moved out of our home, and his tears and begging always bring me back. My last straw is when I was confronted at the grocery store by a much younger female who wanted to fight me for my husband. Because them young and them wild, them wassy. And whatever your husband is giving her might not be much to you, but is a whole lot to she. Can get her hair done, her nails done, go girls' night out, party, the excitement of sleeping with someone else's man. You know, me I take away a girl man and make him spend money for me. You know that kind of mentality right there. I draw a line. No boy now meet me in the grocery store and come knuckle up and about him want to fight and it's over brains. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Me not fight fist to cuff nobody over no woman because at the end of the day, him end up kill me, I lose my life. She end up with him, then move on happily ever after. Them go file a self-defense claim and says me was jealous and me came at him and him end up kill me to defend himself. She same one end up with him because if they were doing something before, them surely not gonna stop because I am out the way now. If anything, they're more encouraged now if you're living in my house. Him probably allow wear my pajama them and my boxers and these kind of things. Take over my whole life. Me not fight nobody for nobody. So that's when they're confronting you in public and wanting to fight you over your good husband, your good husband. Nothing but your husband not good though. But it's your husband. Nothing about your husband is good, but it's your husband. All right. If I them thing here, well, something must be good that keeps her staying. I don't know. Because the average woman would have cut. When I hear stories like this, though, it reminds me of my grandparents. And it reminds me of my grandparents because my grandparents have been together for so long. You understand? And they're still together. And I refuse to believe that it has always been a smooth ride. No pun intended. I refuse to believe that things have always been smooth. So either grandma decides, say, you know what, him is for me throughout life. The ups and downs, I'm willing to go through it. Sometimes you have to just pick your struggles and just know, say, you pick the struggles and just go through the struggles. If something sweet you enough to do all this and see all this and have these evidence and proofs and you're still staying and questioning if you should go, something is keeping you there. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, it's sweet enough to keep you there. So I can't tell you if you should leave or not. Her question, however, is when is enough enough? When is it okay to break my vows and end this marriage? Now, let's get real. I don't know, say I'm not a religious person. I'm a spiritual person, but I'm not a religious person. So don't expect me to speak religiously now. When is it okay? Lady, God is not going to be mad at you. Need to make a call to God, send him a text, me get a text back. God is not going to be mad at you. You have been violated 7 ways to Sunday, upside down and all about. You get tech for fool, idiot, prickhead, dunce, dumb, everything else, and then still get told how nice and beautiful you are and all these things. Something is holding you there, but God not gonna be mad if you leave. Nowhere does it say you have to endure all this, but then again it does, in sickness and in health, for better or for worse. It looked like you reach Wasara. That's where your relationship is. It's at Wasara. May I suggest maybe some therapy? Or maybe need a mediator so y'all can sit down and work out your issues. Don't do bun for bun. It don't work. It only mash up the relationship even more. So if you're gonna leave, don't defile yourself in that manner. But if he's sleeping with all these other people and then coming home and sleeping with you, then you're already defiled. Because you're, in a sense, a partner of all the people that he's been with. So I really don't know what to tell you. For me, personally, the point where you pack and leave, the point where you go, the point where you cut it off, the point where you start fill out the paperwork to file divorce is when man start confront me out a road and want fist to cuff me, fight me in public over what I thought was mine for life. Time to go. That tells me I'm the only one that's in this relationship. My partner has already moved on. They're just here as a shell. but they've given themselves emotionally or whatever else, all the alleys, back way in an alley, all kind of alley. They've given all their alleys to somebody else. It's no longer mine. So there's no point in sticking around now. For what? For more heartache, to find more pictures and what? To find more pictures and more secret accounts and to get your heart broken repeatedly over and over, more and more, again and again. Y'all have to have a serious talk. Sit down and have a serious talk and let your partner know that, listen, this is what it is. But you got to stand on your word, though. Him think you're a fool because you keep saying, don't come back, or I'm gone, but you keep coming back. And he knows the game now. Have you wrapped around his finger like this? So all I'm going to do this time, I just cry really hard, beg her. Probably this time it's going to take longer because she find the picture of them now. She find Keisha something spread out up on my phone. You know, she find Sonia back as position on my phone. So it's going to take more now. I have to go beg like never before, but I think I have this. I can do this. That's what they're doing to you. That's what he's doing to you. And you keep on taking him back, taking him back, taking him back. So you're going to have to stand on your word. If you really want a resolve with this, line up some counseling. In certain communities, I don't know what communities y'all live in, but in certain communities, it's a community service. Them have free counseling to couples or relationship mediation. So line up some of those. Go look, Google it in your area, what's available in your area. Take your thing to a counselor. Hear each other out. Your husband might tell you, say, I don't know, I have a problem. Maybe I'm a sexaholic. Maybe I'm addicted. It's an addiction for me. Maybe it's the excitement that has fizzled and died out of your relationship and him still wild, looking for, you know, maybe you not do the thing them like you used to do before, you know, give him the popella and the lizard lap on them, something there. Maybe you stop those something where you used to do. I don't know. But it'll come out in mediation. It would come out in counseling, couples counseling. So if you really want to save this relationship, which it seems you do, then I would advise you to go through the couples counseling somewhere. And if you can't afford it, find a pastor. Because what you need is just that one person there that is non-partial to both parties who can actually say, look, I'm hearing what you're saying, but stop. Let her speak now. Okay, say what you have to say. You know, you need that buffer. You ever try to do some kind of conversations at home between couples just don't work, you know? It just turned into one big argument. And you wish there was somebody there who could say, okay, you listen while she speaks. Now you listen while he speaks. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just need that. So if you can't afford and it's not available to you, go find a pastor. Pastor will do it for free. I'm not saying pastor is the most godly man. I see people say pastor what? Pastor is not the most godly man. It may be a female pastor. I mean, you don't know. But you need a mediator. A mediator, someone for slugging at the middle and say, hey, you guys, you're at the bottom. From what I'm outsider looking in and you're at the bottom. You're going to have to start to respect what he thinks because he said this, this, and that, and you didn't pay attention to any of it. And you're going to have to start to ask her more for the things that you want or let her know, be more pronounced in your desires. And you just need that middle person. You just need that middle person. That's it. So I'm just saying pastor because you can find a pastor. Who else am I going to tell you if you just grab somebody off the street? You might grab a crackhead. So yeah, get some help in the middle. If it can't be sorted out that way, then your two choices are you either stay with this and deal with this and know say you have a cheating man. Hopefully one day he won't cheat anymore. I don't know. Or you can't take it and you're out. The point for me where it ends is where I'm getting confronted in public. Man want to fight me. In your case, woman want to fight you. You out to do your grocery shopping. You can imagine you have your grocery list and you clean up house for husband and make everything look good. Give him a nice, comfortable place for rest him head. Cook food pan, stove, juice him, sour sap and, you know me I say, banana and him fish steam up and everything. And you say, me run go to grocery store and pick up his favorites. Because I'm like, eat them chips here when I watch TV. And put that on the list and this on the list. And you go to the grocery store. A monkey jump out on you. Not about your husband. No, don't do it. You don't have to do it. But if that's what you want, then you have to go deal with that. All right. Leaving this one right here. Some Danks 30 says divorce. Roseanne Brooks says a crackhead or pastor may be the same. Could very well be. Nowadays you don't know. Ellie London says she needs to bolt. Yeah, full speed. Wouldn't waste my money on a cheating dog. Counseling can't help them. What Brian said? Me could care less. Gala go get beat. Take man and do your thing, but leave me out of it. So at that point, it's no longer about the man, right? It's about who want to fight. And if you want to fight, you go fight. But take the man and leave me out of it is what she said. All right, Mike Larry says, babe, then so you would just give me up. Eh? I thought our love was strong. You wouldn't fight for my love? Eh? After all the good I've done. She said, take the man and left me out of it. She could have cared less. Mike Larry says, every one of my family member got played, even my mother. You telling me you ladies are different? So you go. So what Mike Larry said then? Either all the women in your family chose bad men, or all men actually do this. And that's right there. Elia laugh. Carbro says some people are predators, even in relationships, and that's very true. And some people core personality can never change. They are committed to who they are. Even if they can fake being somebody else or something else for a couple of months, or even a year or two, by year 3 and 4 roll around in a 4-year marriage, you're going to start to see the real person filter out. So some cheater just get tired of not cheating anymore, and their skin is itching to cheat. All this stuff I've been passing up outside, I think it's time to get back to it. I think people can change. I think people can change. So I won't say once a cheater, always a cheater. I think people can change. But people have to want to change. People have to want to change. And not for you. Nobody is ever going to change for you. Some people really sell themselves the delusional life that he's going to change for me. Some people meet their partners cheating and then convince themselves, say, he's going to change for me or she's going to change for me. Half of the time, you know what it is from the get-go. You know that you met a cheater. Someone will take with somebody, man, and him on the day with, and because we've been together for years, you're celebrating years. I actually saw a meme on Instagram that said, don't let a wife stand in the way of your forever person or your husband for life kind of thing. Don't let a wife stand in the way of your and me have to laugh. So someone will really do take people man, or take people woman and have them up things say are yours alone for life when you forgot the circumstances under which you got this person. So don't forget that either. And we're going to end this one by saying this. Karma is a circle like this. And karma, I don't care how much religion you get into. I don't care how much you pray to God for forgiveness. God will forgive you. That is between you and God. But karma, the laws of karma don't change. Okay? Bounty Boom, manners and respect. Thank you for that so much. Bounty Boom say, well, go on, boss. Enough respect. Just get up. I'm going to listen to this later. All right. Thank you here. Bless up. Karma never misses an address. So if I take you to tech with somebody, man or woman, and that's your relationship you're in, look forward to the day. That's all I can say. We're going to leave that one right here for this morning. Shout out to the people who tuned in. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for staying tuned to the show. All you who left early and just couldn't because, you know, people listen to this show on their way to work. Some people are driving, listening. Some people are riding the train and listening to them headphone. Some people are clocking into work and saying, damn, the show's still going, but I got to end it because I have to clock in now and be professional. So big up to all them people there. That's why I start out the show saying manners and respect to each and every one of you. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning because that's what this show was created for. Progressive, productive people who talk sense. All right? Big up on yourself, and I'll catch you on the next video. I'm out. Peace. Yolanda Parkinson, I appreciate you greatly. Thank you so much. SoFlo, and this says SoFlo are the boss. I respect you to the fullest. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Have a blessed day, people. All right? And like I said, before I end this video, I'll say it again. Karma never misses an address.